What's up guys, it's Axiom the Good Time Gaming, and I'm here bringing you a video that is a little bit of a rant and a little bit of a list of things that Payday 2 desperately needs. I've had several people tell me in the past and somewhat accuse me of being somewhat of a shill for Payday 2, since I usually speak pretty favorably of it. What can I say though? I really like the game. Part of enjoying a game though is seeing it for what it is and what it is not, and being willing to rightfully criticize when the developers fuck up. So here we go. I've put together a list of 5 things that I think Payday 2 needs to have done before we get more paid DLC, or weapon skins, or any other bullshit. Number 1. Online issues. Give us a host migration feature and fix some of this desync. This one's pretty self-explanatory, but important nonetheless. If you are in-game and the host drops, you know what happens. The entire heist is now over, return to CrimeNet and find another. With proper host migration, another player would simply take over as the leader and the heist would continue. The game also has pretty bad issues with desync, which can vary in its intensity. Desync occurs in many forms, but most commonly you will notice it when enemies suddenly fall over dead, or deployables appear on the ground and yet there is no one near you. At times you will also be unable to revive teammates because of desync, and enemies may be slow to respond or may completely ignore you entirely. It's a problem, and an annoying one. There's also the occasional issue in which a lobby will become bugged and players won't be able to join it. This is what happened in my 3-man Death Wish Code Simulator video on the channel, which you can view in the description below. Number 2. A complete overhaul of the Technician tree. Dear God, where to begin here? The Technician tree barely has a handful of good skills, has a ton of what I'll call situationally good skills, and 2 deployables that are lackluster even when you take both. To make it worse, you have to invest a lot of points into Technician before you get anything even remotely good out of it. After dropping 60 to 70 points, you still end up with a paltry amount of trip mines that you cannot refill after using, and likely will only kill 1 to 2 cops at most with each, and 2 low damage, low accuracy turrets that can easily blow through half their ammo on a stubborn shield. I would like to see a Technician be able to resupply their trip mines, maybe 1 trip mine for every 10 ammo pickups. Then again, a system like that would rob other players of ammo drops. I'm not really sure what the solution is here. For the turrets though, combine some of their skills together. Maybe make sentry targeting and sentry combat 1 tier 5 ability all on its own, split between a non-aced and aced version. What about letting us select different ammo types for the turrets? Say have a turret that's an AP slug turret, maybe one that has flamethrowers, and maybe they get resupplied on ammo whenever the player resupplies on ammo, as opposed to the player having to dump their entire ammo store into it. Really though, at this point, anything would be better than the current Technician tree. Please Overkill, there's so much potential here, it just needs some help to get there. Number 3. Cheaters. It would be nice if something would be done about cheaters in online. Now I host my own games when I play with randoms, so whenever I spot a cheater, it's pretty easy to sort them out. The penalty for cheating though in this game is basically nothing. I've heard that sometimes they get banned from the forum, but really who gives a shit about that? I would like to see these little shits getting the epic ban hammer and never be able to fire up the game again. I doubt that will happen, but it's irritating to see that Overkill really doesn't seem to care about these people at all. Number 4. Hitboxes. Ever tried to shoot a cop in the legs? What about their arms? In Payday 2, cops don't have hitboxes on either. Why the hell not? It's been claimed in several threads that an Overkill employee said it's impossible to add them due to limitations in the game engine, but at one point there existed a mod that put them into the game. Either way though, it's ridiculous that in 2016, in a very successful game mind you, that enemies have entire sections of their bodies missing hitboxes. Could you imagine if the next Battlefield or Call of Duty game released and enemies did not have hitboxes on their arms or legs? Overkill, do something about this, man. This is ridiculous. Give us arms and legs with hitboxes so we can fill them full of delicious bullets.
Well, give the man a hand.
Number 5. Offshore money. When it comes to offshore money, I've got a shitload of it. Close to 4 billion. Not the biggest pile ever, and I'd have more if I didn't spend it all on buying weapons and unlock slots prior to Infamy 2.0. After your 5th Infamy though, offshore money is entirely worthless. Once in a blue moon, the offshore payday comes around and we're able to gamble away some of our money on worthless patterns, masks, and mods, but aside from the 2 or 3 times a year we get that, there is really no big use for it. Supposedly, we will be able to use it for safe house customization, But realistically, how much money can we expect to spend on that? Maybe 100 million offshore, 400 million offshore, and then what? The money becomes useless again. There needs to be some sort of recurring way to use offshore money for something. Not only would it give players something to spend their money on, but it would also give them reason to play. Offshore money for weapon skins is really nice, but as long as those weapon skins sell for real money, that will probably never happen. Really though, why can't we have some separate little safe that has weapon skins in it that we can use offshore money to buy? I mean, it's not like Overkill has any problem with making skins, right? Think about it this way, gamers. Crime Fest occurred from October 15th through the 24th, okay? And as we all know, on day one, we got our lovely little safes and drills. Since then, it has been about 4 months, and you all know how many different safe and drill combinations we've had released? You want to know? 10. There have been 10 different drills and corresponding safes released since then. We've had the Crime Fest 2 safe, the Sputnik safe, the First World safe, the Slaughter safe, the Completely Overkill safe, the Dallas safe, the Bodhi safe, the Christmas safe, the Goat safe, and now the Wolf safe. Now to be fair, the Completely Overkill safe was only for the people who bought the corresponding pack, but the rest of that stuff, that's a lot of safes. 10. 10 in 4 freaking months. With how many skins in each one? Like 10 or so? 10, 12 in skins in each one? You're telling me that not one of those couldn't just be offered as a free one? That, oh hey, you can spend your offshore money to try and get some decent skins in this. That would be awesome. Why can't at least one of those have been that? Overkill, come on. That's just one suggestion. Either way though, there needs to be some way for us to spend our offshore money on something. It's just a little ridiculous. That or just take it away and scrap it up and admit that you guys fucked up and it's a stupid mechanic and should have never been in the game. I don't know, do something with it because it's just kind of irritating. That's just 5 things, and really I could go on for days about this. What about overhauling the infamy ranks, making them less grindy, making them a little bit more interesting? What about taking a look at some of the other weapons that Time forgot, like the JT-36? What about making the game a little bit more challenging? How about making it so that we don't have to hold down F when we want to do something in this game? Like use a pickup, like answer a pager, open a door. Why do we have to hold it down? Just let us press it once, for Christ's sake. Make stealth a little bit more challenging. Right now it's just kind of like, okay, crouch and run, and then do like a little glide through the air to keep your concealment, and you're good. I mean, what the crap? How about making it so that we can carry more than one bag at once? For example, I love doing the Golden Grin Casino heist loud, but I absolutely despise and no longer do it because I don't want to carry out 1,000,000 bags of cash at the very end, one by freaking one. How about this, Overkill? Let us take 2 bags of cash or 2 bags of something at once, okay? One like normal, and the second one we pick up, let's just say it limits us to only using our secondary, so we can only use our secondary weapon when we're carrying 2 bags. What about if we carry 3 bags? Let's just say we can put away both weapons, carry 3 bags at a time, but you can't shoot anybody unless you throw one down. How about that? People have made jokes in the past about Payday 2 being more aptly named Bag Moving Simulator, and honestly sometimes it definitely feels that way. There's something about the ridiculous audio levels in this game. Like, have you ever tried to play a heist with 100% music, 100% sound effects, and then try and listen to somebody on TeamSpeak or in-game? It's impossible. Figure out something with that. I really like Payday 2, and if I didn't, I obviously wouldn't still play it. But I recognize this game needs some help and needs to fix up some things. I know there's probably other things I didn't touch on that players would like to see fixed or changed, and let me know what you guys think that those are in the comments. I know most of these things, and probably none of them really, will be addressed before the next paid DLC. But it would be nice to see some of these things change, especially the technician tree. Come on, Overkill. I know you guys are out there. I know you guys watch this stuff. I know you guys listen. This is Axiom with Good Time Gaming. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share if you like anything you saw here today. And remember to always have a good time gaming. We can get in it. Hang on, I'm gonna get in the back. Alright, everybody in? Good job, Bile. What the hell happened?